Is David Yerger, and I'll be your instructor for Introductory Statistics this summer semester. I wanted to show you a few things as we start the semester just so everyone's on the same page and make sure that everyone has gotten connected to Pearson and is getting a good start for this semester. So the first thing that you see on Blackboard is the learning content where all of our stuff will be. Also, most of the homework is on Pearson, but we have to get connected to that first. So if you go to the welcome material, you can read this welcome message. You can also find a link to the syllabus. I put here a link to the Learning Center, so if you ever need tutoring this semester, click here and you can find information about that. There's then a general questions discussion board. We can put a question there and I'll respond as soon as I see it. If it's anything specific to like your grades, just send that via email and I can respond to that there. This next portion I have how to access the Pearson material. I know a lot of you have already done that, which is awesome. If you're having issues, reach out to me so that I can help you. There were a couple new issues this semester that I didn't expect, so please just let me know if you are having difficulty with getting connected. When you click this one here, it should take you to this, and then you click this reveal the access code. The code should show up here. Click this copy button. I think because I'm in the student view, it's not showing up for me, but for you it should show up. If not, we have to figure out how that works. But then once you copy that, go back to Blackboard and then click on this Pearson link and choose Open Pearson. And at this point, you either log in with your Pearson account that you already have, or you need to create an account down here. If you're creating an account, make sure that you use your student.northampton.edu email address so that there's no issues with the connection between Pearson and Blackboard. But then once you have created an account, it should take you to the course and then you can paste in that access code. If it doesn't work exactly that way, I have to go back here and exit the student preview. You click here, click Open Pearson, and then open MyLab and Mastering. And it should have a place for you to paste that access code in there. Once you do that, you should be connected. And this is where your assessments will be. So the homework and the videos. So I want to show you how to access that stuff. It'll look a little bit different since I'm the instructor. But if you click assignments here, you'll see the list of assignments and your score, and all the due dates are here on the left. So let me just show you one of these assignments. Here's the first one. And I was clicking through this just a few minutes ago. But you can see here, like if you click this first one, it's a real small reading. This is what you should know by the end of this. You can then click the next button. Once you read it or watch the video, so here it has some reading and then it has a video that you can watch.
Hi, my name is Michael Sullivan.
Yeah, that's Michael Sullivan. So he's the author of the book. He has a video series throughout the book. So watch that and read. Make sure you're reading the book as well. And there's also some questions here. This is a multiple choice question. You choose the correct answer, then check your answer. If you get it correct, it'll put a check mark here. You keep going through this entire thing. You see you have videos here. Just make sure you're reading and watching the videos. Once you go through that, it checks it off, gives you some credit. There's terms here as well. You can check these out. Most of the questions you can try more than once. Some of them are just once, but they should be pretty easy to get correct, as long as you're watching the video and understood what they said. So then at the end there's a conclusion, and it concludes section 1.1. After this you have what I would call like the homework, the typical homework, so that you click through here and answer those questions, make sure that you understood what was in this lesson. And then once you're done, your score should be on Pearson. It might not link directly to Blackboard right away. It needs to take a little bit of time to sync. I usually tell students to wait at least 12 hours before sending me an email to tell me that it's not linking. It takes a little bit of time, typically like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, for it to sync to Blackboard. So just be patient if the scores aren't matching right away when you complete an assignment. Okay, yeah, so this is Pearson. This is where your homework will be. These are like your homework, and then they provide lecture, the readings, all that stuff. It's a lot of work. There's lots of sections, lots of things to do in each of the sections. So please don't underestimate the amount of work this course requires. Quizzes are a little bit different than the homework. They only have 5 attempts. Make sure you do all the questions before you submit an attempt. It makes it a little bit kind of medium risk assignment. You can check those out. Yeah, so there are other things on Pearson that you can click through. StatCrunch is like the tool, the analysis tool that you can use with Pearson. I typically have my students use Excel, but if you like the StatCrunch a little bit better, that's totally fine as well. Okay, so back to Blackboard. So I'm going to show you a couple other things. The discussion board is here, and there's like a general questions one I talked about a little bit. Introduce yourself. It looks like most of you did this already, which is great. The next one here is a data collection. So this one is actually due at the end of the week. I believe it's on Saturday. But I want you to come up with just 2 questions and post them on here. One of the questions should be quantitative and one of them should be qualitative. You'll read about that in one of these first sections on Pearson. So try not to repeat questions of your classmates. So it's an encouragement to post sooner than later. Then if you're the first one to post, you don't have to worry about other people's questions, copying the other people's questions. So just do that by Saturday. If you have questions with that, just let me know. Yeah, so discussion boards, pretty much every week we'll have one of those. The Excel files that I were talking about are here. I'll try to help you with these. A lot of times I'll have descriptions on how to use these in the notes themselves. So if we go back here, the notes that I put are here. This is kind of for chapter 1. This is all you have to do for chapter 1. These are the outcomes, and then here I have a folder for all the notes. Each section has, or mostly each section has, its own set of notes. This is what I would typically go through in an in-person class. You can see here, but it's a bunch of definitions, kind of examples, definitions. I typically have my students print these out, the blank ones, before coming to class, and then during class I'll talk about what's in the notes and then also write stuff on the board. I have the completed notes here as well, so they have the typical things that I would write on the board in an in-person class. Okay, yeah, so that's there for everyone. Yeah, so here's the syllabus. I'm hoping everyone read through this already. If not, please do read through it. Make sure you know what you're getting into. It's a lot of work, especially in just 6 weeks compared to the typical 14 weeks. It's less than half the time, but it's the same amount of work. So just kind of keep that in mind. It requires a lot of time in order to do well in this course. Here's the grading scale. Assignment breakdowns. So 40% of your grade is like discussion, homework, and quizzes. 60% is for tests, so a pretty high percentage. You want to do well on the tests in order to do well in this course. And then right at the end, this is one thing that I find really helpful, just to print it out and maybe like stick it on the wall so you can see when everything is due. Yeah, so I have all the sections, due dates. The tests are here: test 1, test 2, test 3. Whoops, those are off on a page, but you can see all the due dates here. One thing with the due dates, they are semi-flexible, as I guess the way I would describe it. I have due dates for each of the assignments, and then if you don't complete them on time, I have a last day for all of the homework and the quizzes. It's the night before our test, so you should have it all completed by then anyway. I will not extend, for example, I will not extend chapters 1 through 4 past July 23rd. They are automatically extended, so if you don't complete section 1.1 by the 10th, you'll still have until the 23rd to complete it. This does not mean you should wait until the 22nd to start all of the homework. If you do that, you won't get it finished, and you'll end up likely failing the course. Please try to stay up to date with these assignments. I'm trying to pace you guys with these due dates so that you're not overwhelmed and completing a ton of work on just this last day. It's really a bad idea to procrastinate in any semester, but especially in this semester since we have so little time to complete a lot of work. With all this homework, so just going back to Pearson, with all this homework, if you are confused by anything, so let's say, I don't know, maybe let's just jump to this one here. If you're really confused on how to answer this question, if you just take a screenshot and then send that screenshot to me, I can help you with answering any of the questions. Don't be afraid to ask me questions on the homework or even on the quizzes. That's totally fine. The tests I can't really help you, but homework and quizzes I can help. Don't be afraid to ask me questions. I'm here to help you. And whenever you have a question, if you're a night owl and you normally do your homework at 1:30 a.m., just send it then. I probably won't respond till the morning, but just send me questions whenever, and I'll respond as soon as I possibly can. Even if you would want to put homework questions on the general questions in the discussion board, that's fine as well. Yeah, use me as a tool to get through the course. If you're willing to put in the work to pass the course, I am willing to help you as much as I possibly can. If email is usually the best way to communicate, if necessary, we can definitely meet through Zoom as well. So just we'll set up a time that works for both of us, and we can get all your questions answered as quickly as possible. Okay. I think that's everything. Stay in touch and let me know if you have questions. And good luck this semester.